Hi, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you're joining me again. Today's class is a 35-minute Vinyasa flow to feel good. It's a stretchy and steady pace flow without any long holds, a chance to connect to your breath, restore and refresh your whole body without too much over effort. If you like practicing with props, I'd recommend a belt and a blanket today. And if you are enjoying the classes and you'd really like to support me creating and posting each week, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. I really hope you enjoy your practice. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.
And begin your practice making your way into a child's pose at the back of your mat. Splay your knees wide to the width of your mat and walk your hands forward, letting your torso relax toward the floor between your thighs, and then invite your forehead and your arms to rest softly on the mat. And start to breathe a calm, clear, slow breath in and out. Feeling your torso and your ribs expand wide on your in-breath. And then connecting to a feeling of non-doing on your out-breath, your belly soft, your jaw and your mouth relaxed. Creating a shell of quiet tranquility as you begin your practice. And then just notice where you're starting from today. Scan the physical landscape of your body, noticing any areas of your body where you might need to take a little bit more care of today. And then sense your emotional, your mental well-being right now. Take in all the feedback, simply observing. And what offers us nourishment in our practice and what helps us to feel good changes all the time. So just trying to commit to moving through this practice in a way that serves you in this moment. Take 2 more slow breaths. And walking your hands back in toward you. Lift your torso up, raise your C, cross your ankles and bring your legs forward. Make your way into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Feel free to elevate your buttocks on a folded blanket or sit on a block, so you can lengthen your spine upright with a sense of ease. Once you arrive, resting your fingertips down by your side. Take a slow breath in, raise your arms overhead. Top of the inhale, palms touch. Exhale, lower your prayer hands through your heart and interlace your fingers. Turn your hands inside out, press your palms forward, widen, round your back. Next in-breath, sweep your arms overhead and stay for an extra cycle of breath. As you feel yourself breathe out, wrap your right arm over your head to your left ear. Reach your left arm out at shoulder height. Then just gently, softly tip your right ear over to your right shoulder as you extend through to the edge of your left fingers. Breathing slow and calm. And in order to know what we need from our practice and in life, we need to first just pay attention, not only to the feedback from our body, but also taking note of where in life we feel we're lacking, or perhaps where we're overgiving, where we're depleting or overextending ourselves. Then from this place of awareness, we can practice in a way that supports us. Gently, softly now lower your left fingertips to the floor, deepening the sensation through the left side of your neck. And as your left hand touches down, glide your palm out to the left, reach your right arm up and overhead, same direction, lengthening into the right side waist. And then on an inhale, return through center and twist. Set your right fingertips behind, left hand to your right knee. And take 3 slow, steady breaths. And come back through center, fingertips down by your side. Next in breath, sweep your arms overhead, exhale. Touch the palms, lower your hands to your heart center. Weave your fingers, press your palms forward, round the spine. Inhale, arms overhead, and pause for another breath. On your exhale, left arm over your head, cup your right ear, extend your right arm out at shoulder height, left ear toward your left shoulder. Just pause and breathe here. And then as you're ready, very slowly lower your right hand to the floor. Then slide the right hand away, reach your left arm up and overhead. And as you breathe here, see if you can separate each rib from its neighbour with your incoming breath. Then tip a little deeper to your right as you breathe out. Next in breath, come back through center and twist, left fingertips to the floor behind you, right hand, left knee. Sitting tall, breathing in. Exhale and twist to your left. Take 2 more calm breaths. Keeping your chest open, just giving yourself room to breathe. And return the gaze forward, hands forward, and then make your way onto all fours. We'll move through a few rounds of cat and cow. Just allowing your movement to follow the shape of your breath as you arch and round your spine. And also moving at a slow enough pace so your breath has time to fill up completely and empty fully, calm and unhurried. And then return to neutral, walk the hands forward and make your way into downward facing dog. Take a moment or two in your down dog, spreading out through the fingers, raising the hips, and then extend your left leg towards straight and place a generous bend in your right knee. Just pause and breathe here. Back of your neck soft, long and easy. Then pivot your left toes out to the left and roll the outside of your left foot into the mat. Then lean into it, swivel your hips, your belly, your chest to the left. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, come back to center. Switching sides, bend your left knee deeply, reach your right heel down and back. Then turn your right foot out to the right, sealing your heel to the floor. Move the sensations into your outer calf, hip, side waist, orienting your torso and hips a little more to the right. Take another breath. And then return to center, walking your hands back to meet your feet at the back of the mat now. And we'll hang in a loose forward fold, knees softly bent. Holding opposite forearms or elbows, gently tipping your weight forward, walking your torso down your legs, and completely relaxing the expression in your face. Release your hands to the floor, toe heel your feet wide and come into your version of Malasana, yogi squat. You may like to support yourself with your hands forward to the floor, perhaps rounding your spine a little, or hands to prayer, sitting a little more upright, extending your spine. Take 3 slow breaths. One more here. On your exhale, straighten your legs, forward fold, Uttanasana. Rise to stand on the wave of your in-breath. Sweep your arms overhead. And then rest your hands to prayer at your heart center. Moving through some half forward folds, whole body movement. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, send the gaze up. Exhale and fold over your legs. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale and refold. Inhale, rise slow, come to stand. Exhale, hands to prayer, Tadasana. Again, arms overhead, letting your breath complement your movement. Forward fold over the legs. New breath, halfway lift. Empty and fold. Rise tall, come to stand. Hands to prayer at your heart. Inhale, reach your arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Adha. This time, exhale, walk your hands forward and return to your downward facing dog. We'll keep it moving to half flows here. On an inhale, ripple forward, plank pose. Exhale, bend your knees, hover them just above the mat, flow back, downward facing dog. Breathe your way forward, plank pose. Exhale, flow back, downward facing dog. Full vinyasa now, inhale, plank. Then lower your knees, your chest and chin to the floor. As you arrive, tense your fingers, set your hands wide off the side edges of your mat, forward of the shoulders, and then on an inhale, curl up into your cobra pose, and then exhale, melt down toward the floor. Twice more, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Shift your palms back by your ribs, flush with the floor, and then make your way back into a child's pose, buttocks to your heels. And feel your body now just as it is, letting your exhale spill into a soft belly. It's taking an accommodating and intuitive approach as you continue to move. On your inhale, glide up all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog to transition. Take the hips high, bend the knees. Then look forward, end of your exhale, step lightly to the top of your mat. Open and fold with your breath. Then rise, come to stand, grow long. And exhale, pause, Tadasana. Surya Namaskar. See now. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale and forward fold. Breathing in, lifting up halfway. Exhale, low lunge, right foot steps back, right knee to the floor. When you're steady, arms float overhead. And stay for your exhale. One more breath, reach tall. And then hands to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Take a half flow, inhale, plank. Exhale, knees soften, ripple back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, raise your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot up for runner's lunge. Pause on the fingertips, take a breath. On your exhale, pyramid variation, lift your hips and work towards straightening your right leg any amount. Once more, pulse between the two. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, lift the hips and fold. Relunge your right knee and then we'll step up, top of the mat. Open and fold with your breath. Come to stand. Hands to prayer. And pause for a moment. One more round. Left side now. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Uttanasana, your forward fold. Breath in, Ardha Uttanasana. Breath out, left foot lunges back, left knee softly down. Arms rise with your in-breath. Stay for your out-breath. Take one more breath. And then hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, plank pose. Exhale, flow back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, raise your left leg up and back, down dog splits. Exhale, lightly step up, runner's lunge. Take a breath on your fingertips, eyes forward, right leg engaged. Exhale, pyramid variation, hips high, and fold. Once more, pulse. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale and fold in. Return to your runner's lunge. And then stepping up. Inhale, open your heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Release, fold in. Rise up, come to stand. Hands to prayer. A moment of pause. Gather your attention. Feel free to close your eyes. And moving into tree pose now, Vriksasana. We'll balance on our left foot first, lifting your right knee, and then place the sole of your foot anywhere on the inside of the left standing leg. Try and activate a subtle engagement of your left buttocks so you feel like it hugs in to stabilize your pelvis as you stand tall. Lingering here. Balancing the subtle sways of your balance with a steady gaze and patience. Transitioning into temple pose, step your right foot back, turn and face the long edge of your mat. Bend the knees, heels in, toes out. Then raise your arms into a wide V. Making contact with your breath, perhaps slightly pulsing the hips here, in time with your breath. As you feel yourself breathe in, straighten your legs, transition into triangle pose to your left. Turn your right toes in, your left toes forward, arms reach wide. On your exhale, extending forward and down. Right hand to the sky, 5 breaths. You can explore taking the right arm overhead as you shore the right heel down into the mat. And then on an exhale, eyes down for lizard pose, hands to the inside of your left foot. Right knee softly touches down. Option here to rest your forearms to the mat if that's available. Or just explore opening the left knee a little wider, coming onto the outer edge of your left foot. looking for a comfortable, sustainable shape, and breathing your calm, long breath in and out. On your exhale release, reframe your left foot with your hands and step up, top of the mat. Hands to shins, open your chest forward. Exhale, fold in toward your legs. Come to stand, take a full breath in to arrive, arms overhead. Slow out breath, hands to prayer. Right side tree pose, Vinyasa, balancing on your right foot now. And lifting your left knee, place your foot on the inside of your right leg. Hands to prayer, and if you press them just a little firmer together, you'll find your midline. Just picture that running all the way down the center of your body. And keeping your balance, if you can, release your left foot, step into temple pose. Knees bend, heels in, toes out. This time rest your hands to your knees. And as you go, invite your shoulders to shrug up toward your ears. Take a slow breath in. And then exhale, drop your right shoulder forward, draw your left shoulder back, turn your gaze up to the left. And switch sides, left shoulder forward. And then go side to side with your breath. Just gently mobilizing, lengthening the space between your shoulder blades. And come back through center. Take your hands to your hips, inhale, straighten your legs. Float the arms wide, moving into triangle pose on your right now. Shift your hips to the left, right hand down to your right shin, left hand to the sky. And then concentrate on pressing down where your feet touch the mat, sending an upward energy through the legs. Stabilizing your lower body. Then notice if you have a little bit more space to soften the left side ribs down, to lengthen the right side waist, so you reduce the curve of your torso. Sending your left arm overhead any amount, breathing more space into the left side body. And then on an exhale, rebend your right knee, settle the hands to the floor, make our way into your version of lizard. Right foot over in the right lane, hands or forearms inside of the front foot. Exploring any movement or variation here in a manner that encourages your body to release and surrender into the shape. No over effort. And then reframe your right foot with your hands. This time we'll step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, shift forward, plank pose. On your exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor, onto your belly. Then tee out your arms here at shoulder height. Moving into a prone shoulder stretch, targeting the front of the shoulders, Bend your right arm, tense your fingers, and roll gently onto your left hip. Resting your head toward the floor so it stays relaxed. So you can either stay here or bend your right knee, step your right toes behind you to the floor. It'll deepen the sensation through the front of your shoulder. If you need to ease off, just roll a little further toward the floor. Then take one more breath. And then switch, roll onto your belly, Change sides. Carefully placing your right arm out at shoulder height, tense your left fingers and then roll onto your right hip. And then just adding, easing off accordingly, letting your breath stay soft and calm as you savor the stretch. And returning to your belly, coming into Sphinx pose, walk your forearms forward parallel and staying low here, supported, finding a gentle curve through your spine. As you slip the shoulder blades down your spine, curling your heart high. Releasing and returning to your child's pose, buttocks to your heels. And then as you're ready, transitioning onto your back, you might like to grab some additional layers and a belt if you have one for our final cool down. Bending your knees, feet to the floor when you arrive. And then take a few moments to align the length of your spine. So we'll move into Supta Padangusthasana, recline big toe pose. Hug your right knee in toward your chest, and if you have a belt you can loop it around the balls of your right toes. And then we'll all extend right heel up toward the ceiling. So if you're not using a belt, interlace your hands anywhere behind the back of your right leg at a height that allows you to rest and surrender your upper body into the mat below without flattening the curve in your low back spine. Just taking 5 slow, steady breaths here. And then guiding your right leg out to the right now. Exploring your own range of motion here, lengthening into the inner seam of your right leg, not too far, not too deep. Aiming to keep your left buttocks grounded, your hips level. And coming back through center and motioning your right leg over to your left now. So legs can form an L shape. And you're welcome to roll all the way over onto your left hip, pinky toe side of the left foot, or modify like me. The left knee stays bent, right leg crosses in front of your left knee, and then you can explore turning your right toes down toward the floor for a little bit more sensation through your outer calf and outer hip. And returning through center, switching sides. Left knee hugs in. And then left leg up toward the ceiling. Staying present to each breath, even as we slow down. Left leg out to your left now, feeling the sensations, moving slow, pausing where you need to. And then back through center. Over to your right, your version. And then back through center. Release your belt if you have one there and gather your knees in toward your chest. Take a little rock side to side. And then return just your left foot to the floor now, right ankle to your left knee for a reclined pigeon pose. Angle your right knee out to your right. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. 5 steady breaths. And try to keep a nice soft energy around the front of your shoulders, your neck and your jaw here. And then transitioning into a twist, right leg can wrap over the left, or you can stack your knees, just land them softly over to your left. And then completing your twist through your spine, eyes fall to your right. Easeful breath. Back to center and change sides. Reclined pigeon on your left. Take a few breaths to arrive and linger here. Lengthening into the outer hip, the inner thigh. And then cross the legs or stack the knees, twist to your right now, your version. And focusing now on letting go. Gently extending your out breaths. Down, regulating the nervous system. And we'll come back through center and release. Final rest and digest for your body and mind now, Shavasana. We have just a few minutes here. If you prefer to rest a little longer and you've got the time, simply pause the video. If you're working to that 35-minute increment, taking a brief rest here with me, getting comfortable, laying down or sitting upright. And letting your shape now invoke a feeling of surrender wherever you're situated. Letting go of all your effort just for now. And finding completion, peace in this stillness, tranquility, surrendering your body's weight into the support beneath you. Completely relaxing your belly. Letting your shoulders drop a little lower. And just noticing your breath now, becoming a little more shallow, slower. And then very gently, softly drift your awareness back. Become aware of your surroundings, the light or shade in your room, the sounds of your day. Breathe your body awake and alert. And then bending your knees, take your feet to the floor. If you're laying back there, just rolling out to one side. letting your eyes blink open. Gently drag your way back up to sit. I hope you're feeling really great at the end of your practice, and that feeling stays with you as you step out into the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me.